Zone, hosted by the infamous and dangerous and much lied about Eric A. Cinotti. This is where public corruption, abuse of power, a waste and misabuse of public dollars, and ultimately using your personal position for gaining power influence over others is met with extreme hostility. Otherwise, everyone else is welcome. Welcome to the Hostile Zone.
Welcome to the Hostile Zone. You're with the infamous and dangerous Eric A. Cinotti. Eric Cinotti. Eric Andrew Cinotti. In your face, Eric Cinotti, accompanied by the less hostile Miss Bianca Sea.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the Hostile Zone.
Welcome. Here we are, yet another day on 99.9. What is it?
True Country.
KKTC.
TC.
True America, baby. True America. True Country, True America. Thank you again for being with us another night, 9 o'clock live. Here we are. So we're on set, and there he is, my man, Roy Dub, Ray Dub, Dubman. What's up, Dubmeister?
How are y'all doing today?
All right, that is our producer, tech extraordinaire, or maybe not so extraordinary. I don't know, but he's here for another day, so until he quits. And by the way, I just want to say this early on before we get started.
Sure.
If Kenny eats another donut and I have no donuts going, you're fired.
Kenny, you better put them damn donuts away.
That's it. Because you know what? Donut King is going to just like, they're done.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So here we are. We, yesterday. Oh, so, all right. I do want to get a couple things out of the way. All right. So,
all right. What's
starting off today. Yes, we had a wonderful day. And I need to say that we are working. Hey, pass me that dirty mic.
The dirty mic?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about this dirty mic again. Bring it over here. This dirty mic here. The dirty mic. See, your name could be right here. And those people that are watching, see on TV, yes, you're watching. You could have your name instead of Made in China on this dirty mic here. Okay, you can take this dirty mic back. So I'm bringing up the dirty mic early on in the show right away because Miss Bianca Sea does some lovely vocals.
I do. I really do.
And
yeah.
I promise every show on every network that we're on, and Lord, we're on every network. Every day it's growing. So I promise wonderful stuff every time. And each and every time I say it's going to be great. And it's not as great as I think it's going to be because of microphone issues. And I promised your version of Frozen yesterday was going to be amazing, and the door there. And
out the door!
Out the door with the dirty mic! Out the door with the mic! Yes, the door. Hurry up on the door! Out the door! Anyway, so well, we're just playing
comedy session today.
Yeah, I got to amp it up.
My
agent told me I got to amp it up. All right, so anyway, I'm apologizing because every time I say it's going to go great, it doesn't go great. So it's not. I know it's not. It's not your fault, Miss Bianca. Say it is truly this microphone. No bad juju, right? I really don't understand that, but we need to get a microphone that clearly
could handle me.
I don't know what it is with your vocal levels, but
it's just like a man. You gotta handle me.
Oh, I was gonna say you're like a man. I don't know. But anyway, speaking of such things, we had an issue with a missing episode. So those of you out there in 99.9 KTT, True Country, True America, baby, you missed an episode. Somehow there was some kind of, I don't know what, a fugazi. They forgot to put on episode 1. So when you were listening to yesterday, you heard episode take 2, but really it was take 1, but it really wasn't take 1. So we will be streaming episode 1. So then this way you will be caught up by the time you hear this show, right? This show then will be technically take 3, right? Hey, Roy Dub, how many takes are we at?
This would be the third one.
That would be take 3.
Correct.
There you
Take
go.
3.
Okay, so anyway.
Lucky 3.
Lucky 3. Right. Lucky 7. Then we go to Atlantic City.
It's a lucky 3 to me.
The lucky 3. All right. Right there. Listen, we hey Roy Dub, are there 3-some things that are lucky?
7s.
Or 3-some things? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think of 3-some things that are happy. Anyway, lucky 3-some things. Here we are. I play 7 in Vegas in Atlantic City. But okay. So we have a missing episode. And we're going to get that episode for real. In all seriousness, we apologize for the technical issues. We are in a soft launch of the Hostile Zone. So we will be more aggressive. I will, if you're wondering if I could be more aggressive, right? But yes, we will be more aggressive moving forward with a hard launch, a very stiff launch for December 1st of this year. We will be stiff on December 1st of this year with a hard launch. Hard launch. Right? Hard one. Real hard launch. And if you're not watching and you're listening, I'm punching. Hard launch. So we'll have, but the missing episode, actually, this could be the lost episode. Actually, we should just archive the episode and make it the lost episode. And then people will be wondering, whatever happened to that episode?
We'll just name it the lost episode.
We can name it the lost episode and sign it on something somewhere and then never tell anybody. And then like 20 years from now,
the lost episode on KKTC.
True country, true America. True America. So anyway, yeah, honestly, the missing episode will be streamed on all of the social media available. Also, as I said on the first episode that you didn't hear, and I said yesterday, you can find me on Eric A. Cinotti, The Hostile Zone. The Hostile Zone. The Hostile Zone's actual page on Facebook. Eric A. Cinotti, The Hostile Zone. Miss Bianca Sea, S-E-A. Here I am doing like the motion of the ocean, and it's right here on the wall. S-E-A. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. I assume will be there. And also, the Hostile Zone airs every episode on all the networks on YouTube. It is not a YouTube show, so we keep our episodes on YouTube, so this way you have the videos available to be seen. So they're there. But also, all the episodes are available on all the different platforms, right? What are the platforms? Because I forget them. We got Apple, we got, I know they are on iHeart, but Apple, Spotify, Odyssey, what else? Google Podcasts,
Amazon
Music, and Audible, yeah. So they're out there. Basically, just Google The Hostile Zone. The Hostile Zone. You could also find me at ericandrewcinotti.com. ericandrewcinotti.com. You can find me at ericcinotti.com.
Yes.
If you want to email, you can email me at eric@ericandrewcinotti.com. Got to go over more that way. That way more. You're blocking my flag. You need to move over. We're on the couch, and Miss Bianca.
Getting hostile, getting too close.
She wants to take the whole couch. There's a gigantic. We have a beautiful set with a beautiful couch here, and she wants to sit on top of our lovely American flag. So anyway, you can find me at ericandrewcinotti.com. You could also get me at ericcinotti.com. You could also go to thehostilezone.me. And yes, ME is kind of weird, but we have the website for hostilezone.com, but for some reason, we're having a technical issue of it reverting. So the ME one is bringing up a page. ME, maybe we'll get one of those too. Anyway, I think I said the bare minimum of what I needed to catch us up to. Is there anything, Roy Dub, that I needed to catch up with from yesterday to keep us up to date here, or are we rocking and rolling?
I think we're rocking and rolling for
All
right
right.
now.
All right, let me know if we get anybody in on there, you know. Okay,
Yeah,
so
rock and roll.
Miss Bianca C,
Yes.
what is going on? We were talking yesterday. Do we have any more news on this Will Smith stuff? I hate to keep bringing it up, but I never got to really, we never got to close out that discussion. I also want to close out, which this actually the second discussion that I want to get into has to do with the invasion, the attempted home invasion in Los Angeles.
Yes.
With the guy from, I don't want to put names out, even though you can find it everywhere online, but I'm not going to do that. It's for his privacy, even though he publicly spoke. But the guy's from the Bronx. He has a wonderful Yankee hat, go Jeter for life.
Yeah, it's pretty snazzy.
That story of the home invasion where they stripped away his Second Amendment rights, basically, in this Constitution here. Speaking of the Constitution, we have the pocketbook. That's right. So anyway, so do we have any more on this Will Smith stuff?
So far, it seems that Will Smith is keeping a tight lip for now.
Right.
But
I mean,
I think you know, since Jada's book came out.
You mentioned that. Did you get a chance to look at any of that yet or no?
Right now I'm kind of curious. So
what's the title? Do you know offhand, or did I sandbag you?
You sandbag me actually.
Right. I would honestly, I wouldn't buy the book, and I get them free, and I still wouldn't read it.
No, but the thing is
I mean, so I wouldn't even know.
She's really trying to talk it out, you know, from the book, her tell all about her marriage with Will.
What's the tell? She's going to tell more nonsense and make up more stuff about him.
But I've been reading in comments that like people are starting not to like her because she's demasculating Will Smith.
Demasculating, word of the day. You know? Congratulations on that one. And like that.
I just, no matter what, it's making me not like her even more. I used to watch her show.
She had a show.
She had a show.
Again, I knew nothing about this woman
on YouTube. I'm not going to say the name of the show.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Is somebody else in it that we like?
No, it's like she had like guest stars coming in and stuff, and it's basically like a table for women empowerment around. You know, at first I did like listen to it, but then the topics started getting a little too ridiculous.
Like what kind of topics?
A little woke.
But what's a woke one? Come on.
You know, they're
why is she withholding on me? Do we need to put Kenny in his donut on the show?
Boy.
We got to put Kenny in the donut on the show because Miss Bianca C isn't seeming to like be part of the show today. She's just kind of not saying anything.
Oh boy.
She's speaking without talking.
Yeah, it's just like some topics about
Name me a topic.
Not what I'm related to. It was more dramatic than anything. I mean, at first, you know, they got to be like more real with each other and being honest of like what they were thinking. Like they were talking about like suicide stuff and thinking like that. Yeah. Right.
Listen, those are never topics that are something we want to talk about.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, we should talk about it. We do actually. I want to rephrase that. We should talk about suicide, and it's actually something to talk about. Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought it up. Because there are so many people that actually, this is something that they attempt to do, or they think about, or they actually go through it, and it is it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic.
I've read during COVID, it's been high.
Yes, I was going to go there, and I was going to go even a little step further, marrying those two conversations together, those two topics. COVID, yes, because everybody was home lonely. And that's when you really realize the friends you had and didn't have.
Yes.
Or the family that you don't have, that you wished you had, that you made fun of other people because they spent time at a family dinner or did something with their family.
Right.
And then during COVID, you couldn't go anywhere, especially certain states that had absolutely nothing for you to do, unless if you were somebody important. And then you can have everybody else not be allowed at a restaurant. And then you can have dinner at a restaurant and be seen eating dinner with the very person that canceled dinner for everybody else. But anyway, on a side note with that, so people were actually lonely, right? Very, very lonely. They realized they had nowhere to go and nobody to talk to. And then what I was going to marry into, where did they go? They went to social media.
Right.
And you got keyboard tough guys and keyboard heroes and bots and trolls and people. And I don't even know all about all this social media. I mean, I'm going to date myself a little bit, but I have some experience with MySpace.
Oh, that brings me back.
Right. So, hey, Roy, did you have any? Did you even? Was MySpace even available for you?
That's a little out of my age group.
Did you just blow me up like that? Because now, listen,
so.
you're still a union apprentice. You know, you may not ever graduate out of apprenticeship. You should say, yes, Eric, worshipful masterful host of the show that I work
for. Yes, master.
but in all seriousness, though, you know, for real, like, you know, social media is a great thing. It really is, to a point. We were talking with somebody the other day who was saying that they actually canceled their YouTube account because they realized it actually tracked how many hours they were on it. I mean, I'm on social media to a point, and I'm also on YouTube a lot. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't really YouTube stuff, but I do research on there, and I look to see what other people have done, what is going on.
Right.
You know what I like about YouTube? Again, I'm going to date myself, and if Roy Dub opens his mouth, then Kenny gets promoted. But they used to call it the Reader's Digest version, where like they took a gigantic story, kind of like the pocketbook here, the big document of the U.S. Constitution, which behind me over here is, if you can see it, is like, I don't know, 2 feet thick, no, like 2 inches, like 3-4 inches thick, and the pocketbook is like barely seeable. So the Reader's Digest version was the small, condensed story. Like it was the 1-2 punch. I want to know. It's like reading. It was the Cliff Notes or Spark Notes.
That's what I was thinking. The Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes or Spark Notes. And it was basically telling you the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the story.
Right.
And it was supposedly legit. And when I use YouTube myself, I get a story and I'll look at a story, but I also know a lot of people are just trying to monetize, and they're just trying, and they're just doing catchy subject lines and catchy nonsense to get the SEO search optimization or whatever.
Oh, I hate when there's like a big topic
and it's nothing, yeah.
And then you read on, and it had nothing to do with the title.
It was a fatality.
God, I'm like, please, that was a waste of my time.
Right. And I've become almost a YouTube expert to the sense of that I just get rid of people, and right away I don't even bother even clicking on their
even
stuff.
the pictures now. They put the picture that doesn't even relate to it.
They call it thumbnails, I think, right? Am I
Thumbnails?
right?
Yeah,
Did I say that right? Is it a thumbnail there, Roy?
The thumbnail.
Thumbnail is correct.
Thumbnail. There we go. Thumbnail. So so they do that. So I like YouTube because I can get to the crux, another word today, crux of the story in pretty much a quick and concise fashion. But the social media, but back to suicide because we kind of went off on a tangent here. But
social media, oh my God.
People just say things. They don't even know you.
A lot of people taking the selfies.
Oh, right.
And, I was looking up also, like, Paris Hilton was also saying that her and Britney Spears, they're the ones that invented selfies.
They invented selfies. Well,
isn't that funny?
I can say that I believe Paris Hilton is not the inventor, but she's one of the people that did start the explicit. I accidentally released a tape
before
of myself
the
Kardashian. The Kardashian tape. Now, Roy Dad, do you know anything about these? Because the original accidental leak was actually the Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee video, which I believe truly was an accidental leak.
Yeah, that would.
I believe that truly was an accidental leak.
Yeah,
I believe
it changed their lives.
Yeah. Then I think that they realized they were all, because both of them were stars off the top. I mean, let's be real.
Oh
both
my God!
Of them were, people made a lot of fun of Pamela Anderson about she didn't have any talent. She was very pretty.
She was actually smart.
I watched Baywatch, and I really didn't watch it for the purpose of what you think I did. I actually liked it. I actually was a fan of David Hasselhoff. See, I know his name. See, I'm a David Hasselhoff. I'm a fan of yours. I watched your show. I did, and I was younger. I saw the girls. I know she was on it, but actually, I was more of a fan of Nicole Eggert.
You remind me of like the friends with the Baywatch.
Yeah. Honestly, I was a Nicole Eggert fan. I'm sorry. It was it wasn't who you thought it was, but it was Nicole Eggert, and I think she was even on Charles in Charge.
Oh, she probably was.
She was. I think she was. I think hey, check that out. Bot me on that over there, Troll Boy. Am I correct? She was on Charles in Charge.
Charles
then,
in Charge.
Oh, you're gonna sing it too? So you remember the show?
That's all I know. Yeah.
Remember, he was on Happy Days. He was Chachi on Happy Days. Joni and Chachi. Oh, Chachi, Joni. Yeah, he was Chachi on Happy Days.
1, 2, 3 Happy Days.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he was Fonzie's what? Nephew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fonzie's nephew, and then they gave him a spin-off show. If you want to call it a spin-off, I don't even know if it was a spin-off.
It was like a probably one.
It was
or
a
two
show.
seasons,
I mean,
right?
And actually, here is a funny actual story about me. My mom who's still around today. It was very serious about education for me. You know, my mom did not want. I was a little bit of a terror, if you can imagine. I was a little bit of trouble.
Wow, that's the first time I hear that.
Yeah, I'm an in your face kind of guy. You know, and if there's trouble to be found, I'll find it. And if there's a way around a system, I'll do it. And if there's a way to, I won't say cheat, but if there's a way to cut red tape, cut the tape. If there's a way to do that, if there's a way to get somewhere, you know, like it was kind of like using MapQuest or Waze or one of these.
Yeah.
Like I always found a way to get somewhere avoiding traffic, you know, in every aspect of my life. So where I'm going with this is, believe it or not, Charles in Charge was a book, I think. My mom made me read this. I had to read. I hated it. I still don't like to read, but I actually read all the time. But I read it. And I don't know if it was actually named. Bought that too, bro. Well, did you even find the first thing? No, he didn't. He's over there sleeping. Are you talking to your girl? Do you have a girlfriend? Tell everybody if you got a girlfriend.
I do not.
We have a single gentleman here on the hostile zone. And I'm not going to introduce you to anybody because you haven't answered any of the questions I've asked you to. If you do, then Cheese Boy, I will hook you up and introduce you to one of the millions of followers we have. Okay, so by the way, what was Charles? Was it Charles in Charge? Nicole Eggert was in. There, he's just starting to type. I'm still back. Nicole, give me a call. Give me a call. But it wasn't. Then I believe recently I read that there was some kind of. They were saying that he was like another one that had like sexual stuff with people or was sexually harassed people. I mean, I don't know. I kind of think I remember reading that or hearing that. I don't really know if that's real, but I think it was all during this whole. Everybody in the world came out during this Me Too kind of garbage stuff.
Oh, really?
And I don't say Me Too is a garbage thing. Let me rephrase that. A lot of garbage stories came out over the Me Too movement. Obviously, anybody that is sexually harassing or abusing somebody needs to be, and I think we talked about this on. We did talk it on another hostile zone, but on another station, not on 99.9. So if you go to YouTube or any of our shows that are on podcast available, then you will see we did discuss it a little bit. So I never minimize it, and I always am a big fighter for those that can't fight for themselves. So please don't mistake how I said that when I said the Me Too garbage. I meant there was a lot of garbage stories that people put out, similar to this best friend of Will Smith.
Fugazi stories.
A Fugazi story, garbage. Like this.
Oh, speaking of
like
that.
this Will Smith garbage. Like this guy's his best friend out of nowhere. And, that's what I meant when I said that. And he's still looking for Charles in Charge.
You know, and I heard of speaking of like false allegations, like just recently, like Cassie and P. Diddy Cassie had a lawsuit or something.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm out. You know who Cassie is, but you want to tell me first? Don't answer the Cassie question. I don't know who Cassie is, but I want to know. He's smiling. He has an answer. What? Who are you?
I've been waiting, gonna make a move. Baby,
Don't know
tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it.
Do you know that one too, bro?
Never.
I'm
heard
out.
it.
I'm out on that.
Oh man, that was
I'm
like
out. If it's not Blake Shelton, Christina Aguilera, Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, I don't know. So I don't know who that is. But I do know P. Diddy. I do know P. Diddy because I have a lot of respect for P. Diddy. He's from the same area where I grew up as well. And he has a business degree. And he truly, he was the artist formerly known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, has a degree. Very educated, intellectual person. So I know that you want to tell a story about him, but he's itching to finally show that he's worth something, that he found an answer. What do you want to tell us?
What was it?
Nicole Eggert.
Yes.
Yes.
What about her? Oh, you're looking at a picture because he's got these eyes rolling. I can't see that, but okay. Yeah, I see. Do you now have a new girlfriend? Material. She's a little older than you, bro.
I don't care.
Okay.
There you go.
You did not know who Eva Longoria was the other day, and I had to pull that up.
Really?
I swear to God, I called you out.
Eva Longoria.
And I pulled it up on the computer.
She's one
and
of
he's
the.
like,
good
I'm like, oh, right, all right.
Yeah, she's one of the top good.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Anyway, so Nicole Eggert, tell me, or you were just excited about it?
Very excited.
Yeah.
Nicole, if you're watching or listening, reach out. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. Reach out to the show. We'd love to have you on and have a conversation. Apparently, I'm a fan of yours. And see, I watched the show, and I like David Hasselhoff, and you were the girl I looked at. I liked you, and apparently, so does my producer, technician, guru over here. So she'll get to decide who she'd rather have. But anyway, moving forward. So, what else was she on Charles and Charles, truly or not? Was it Charles and Charles?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
Well, all right. So, all right, good. So I thought so. There was a book, right? What was the name of the book? Look that up as you're telling your story about P. Diddy.
Oh well, they had allegations. Cassie was saying allegations that like P. Diddy was abused her, and
where and when
and
would he
also
abuse
like
her?
something about allegations of human trafficking, which was false.
Wait.
So they
here's the thing.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Everybody now is getting attached to human trafficking.
Unbelievable, right?
I mean, and listen, and if you watch we had a whole episode of the Hostile Zone on the movie Sound of Freedom. That shame on you, other people in Hollywood that did not put that movie out, and shame on you, movie theaters that did not put that movie. We talked about it. We donated money to it. We donated money to even within the past week to Women's Shelter. And so, yes, this is not something we're taking lightly by any means.
Right.
We were very harsh. Check out any of the previous episodes that are aired on other networks, even because this is technically our third episode on KKTC, but I'm very serious about it. But I want to say everybody's being attached to human trafficking now, and is it? I mean, yes, it's clearly a thing.
I agree. I think
it is definitely a thing. Definitely a thing.
It's like
but I mean,
so
I think
sad.
this all Epstein and all this stuff, and everything after that, it was just like everybody's on that now, and and I think kind of like the Me Too movement.
That's a new topic. Yeah,
that's the new thing.
It's a new topic, but I think it was false because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they were against it's officially dismissed after a settlement.
I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
And when we get there was a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. Right. Basically, they're keeping it hush hush. After that, it was just done.
Here's the thing. But now we were doing entertainment. I'm going to go legal scholar with you on this conversation. And again, I need to tell everybody, you can watch us live. You can check us out on YouTube, because trust me, if you're enjoying the show and you're liking what you're listening to, you're going to like even better when you see us, because we are just as lovely to look at as we are to listen to. Anyway, with that, I totally forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something. Oh my God. I had a Fagati. It's your fault because he's having me think about Nicole Eggert. I can't get her out of my head. Call me, Nicole. Anyway, so what was I saying? We were talking about previous episode. I totally lost it there.
The Happy Days and
We lost it. It's gone. If we could do like a rewind.
oh, to the next.
But anyway, yeah. So the fact of the matter is that we were talking about Sound of Freedom. I'm just kidding. We were talking about Sound of Freedom and how everybody's jumping on the bandwagon with human trafficking and
we were talking about social media
and social media.
and
That's exactly what I was
selfies
going to
as
say.
well.
And that yes, and we were talking and I got off on the fact that we don't take it lightly.
Right.
And social media is a great thing. It really is. But it can be a very, very bad thing because there are so many people that there's two types of people, right? Actually, there's three types of people.
And what's the three types of people?
This is my opinion, okay? Oh, and I was going to give a legal argument. That's what it was. I was going to
Oh, okay. The legal argument.
What was the legal argument I was going to go?
But
hold on to it, and let me finish the three types of people, and then remind me what my legal discussion was going to be. The three types of people that are on social media are A, your people that truly, really don't have anybody else to talk to. And that's okay. That's understandable. It's okay. And then the second type is the person that probably really doesn't have anybody to talk to, but they're a jerk. They are like this moron, low person of the earth that claimed to be best friend with Will Smith. They just are on social media to be hurtful to people.
Oh,
that's your second type of person of social media. And then the third person on social media is your average person like us. And I say me and you because we're looking at content for our show. And I'm going to use this word loosely. We use it for research purposes. And I mean research in the sense of what people are talking about, what's trending, what is conversationally going on. So that's your three types. You're a lonely person that has nobody really to talk to. And I feel sorry for those people. And I truly do. And at some point, everybody has been that person at some point. And like you said, COVID was a time that everybody kind of did become that person. And then the second type is really the troll and the bot. That's just the person that nobody wants to be their friend. So they go on and instead of just admitting that they truly are the first person that doesn't have any friends, they go on and pretend to have friends and then they attack somebody else and say something rotten and nasty about them.
Yeah, it's so sad because a person that comments, they're always looking for attention. The attention seekers. That's what I say. Whenever I'm looking at a topic and stuff, I rarely ever comment on what's going on or fighting, whatever.
I remember my legal argument.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it. We were discussing settlements.
Settlements, yes.
And I believe this is a very important topic because certain cases that are going on right now with former presidents and people and like this P. Diddy case.
Right.
People make settlements out of court and then they do non-disclosures or whatever in civil court. They do that. But they make settlements similar to in criminal court.
Okay.
There's a thing known as an Alford Plea. Alford Plea, ALFORD plea, and it actually stems out of a case out of North Carolina. Legitimately, the first one was there. It's not accepted in all 50 states as a plea, but an Alford Plea in criminal court is identical to settling out of court in a civil case.
Interesting.
Because let's say you're Donald Trump.
Okay.
Former President Trump. And you have this Stormy Daniels porn person, right? Because they call them porn stars, but what makes them a star? No one's a porn actor, they're a porn star. Yet when you're an actor, no one's a star until they win something. I don't understand. In that industry, it's weird. So it doesn't make sense, right? Everybody's
I never thought of that.
Like, I am a talk show star.
A talk show star. Okay.
I'm just saying it's stupid. I don't want to get off on a Fagati. But the legal argument, the Alford Plea,
is
similar to settling out of court or settling or making a settlement. If you're a former President Trump or P. Diddy or anybody, and they realize that, hey, here is a situation that is going to cost me a lot of money. They're not admitting guilt. Donald Trump never admitted guilt to any of the cases he settled.
Right.
That's the purpose of settling out of court is, you know what? I don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or $1 million fighting a case that is garbage, but the court system doesn't care because it's based on your money, the tax dollar. Remember that.
Yes.
The taxpayer pays for all of these cases because you got to bring jury members in who don't get paid or they get $5 a day, which doesn't cover parking or food. So the courts are running and you're paying the judge, you're paying the lawyers, you're paying the courtroom security bailiffs, you're paying the court stenographer, you're paying the court clerk, you're paying all the background people, you're paying for the lights, you're paying for the air conditioning, you're paying for all the database access that they're using in the courtroom, and then you're paying for all the fees of all the assistants of all the lawyers and the assistants for the judge and the interns and everything else. All of that for a case that generally is garbage. It's not going to go anywhere, but it's going to cost everybody money, and the court doesn't care because it's not their money. It's a taxpayer dollar. But the person in court cares because if you are the defendant, you have to pay to be there, and it's very expensive to continue to pay an attorney every day, to take off of work every day, and to spend all this time during jury selection and putting up the witnesses and providing additional evidence and getting experts. You have to pay tons of money to do this. So somebody like Donald Trump, and I'm just using Mr. Trump, President Trump, as an example. There's tons of cases. P. Diddy, you just met it. That's what got me on this topic.
Yeah.
P. Diddy settled. And I'm not saying, and here's where I'm going to say, because that's why I don't want P. Diddy to get mad at me. I'm not saying he's guilty. You settle because it's easier to pay somebody to go away than to put up a fight sometimes. It's easier just to say, you know what? This is nonsense. It's garbage. But it's going to cost me more money in the end to fight this than it would just to settle and walk away. Same thing in criminal court. You got all these garbage charges that are not going anywhere. The government doesn't care because they had a plethora of money. You know that, America, because we all pay taxes. Pull back that curtain and find out what a judge makes. Pull back the curtain and see what that attorney is billing per hour, and that prosecutor, and that even that defense, even that public defender, and the clerk and everybody else. They're all getting paid.
My goodness, you're making me look at my pay stubs later
Everybody's
on.
getting, check out
check
out your state. It's expensive. So you should be happy when somebody does an Alford plea or they settle out of court in civil court. Alford plea and civil and settling out of court in civil court are the same thing. Now, here's the difference. With an Alford plea, we're going on the criminal side now.
Sure.
The Alford plea, the person is saying, I did not do this crime. I am 100% innocent. This is what's written into the Alford. Look it up.
Really?
It's a Supreme Court case. Supreme Court. Alford case. It's Alford. It's a case. It's real.
It is.
That's why it's a plea. So the person that puts forth this plea is saying, I am innocent, but I don't either have the money or the resources or don't wish to waste all of this money and resource out of my pocket because you as a defendant never get reimbursed. You don't get reimbursed. So the court doesn't care how long it takes. The government doesn't care. And we all know the news media doesn't care. They'll just run any story that sounds good.
Right.
So, and they never update the titles. They never make changes to what actually occurred. But just the same thing in settling out of court. You're just saying, I am innocent, but I will do this plea or make a settlement in civil court. I will make a plea. And the plea is, fine, I will pay this fine or whatever nonsense garbage they throw into the Alford plea. Same as a settlement when they settle out of court. Whatever it is, how much money do you want? And when you settle out of court in civil court, you're paying off the idiot that took you to court. When you do an Alford plea, you're paying off the government who's the idiot that took you to court, and you're paying that idiot money to shut him up so you can end the case. Because they don't care. They'll drag the case on forever. But an Alford plea, they are saying and maintaining 100% innocence from the beginning to the end. And they say on the record that they are innocent. And it must be said that I am innocent. I am maintaining my innocence. Same as when somebody settles out of court. I am not admitting guilt. Look up any lawsuit. When a company gets sued, when any company gets sued, there's many cases. There's ice cream company out of Texas. I can't remember, Dolly Madison maybe. I don't remember the name of the ice cream company, but there was an ice cream company that got sued and said there was some maybe, I think, spoiled milk. And they settled, but they made very sure to note that they were not admitting that they did any wrong.
Right.
But they settled because it was cheaper to pay off the people. And I'm not saying bribing, but just to pay the people to say, here we go, it's over. Let's move forward. Alford Plea. Easier to say fine. How much money do you want? Do you want me to pee in a cup? Do you want me to show up at an office once in a while? You want me to write a check for safe streets or something like that? Because they're not fines, they're fees. Remember that. They're not fines, they're fees. And you're never admitting guilt. And I brought that up because P. Diddy settled out of court.
Right,
P. Diddy basically did an Alford Plea. It's done. It's over. He settled. He paid whatever it is. And he's not, and they're not saying he's guilty. He's not saying he's guilty. Alford Plea, you're saying that you are saying you're innocent. The courts are marking you down as ending the case with a guilty, but maintaining your innocence. Very key point in the legal world. Because you are not saying I am a guilty party. And the government, here is the really sad part, and then I want to move on.
Yeah, what's the sad?
A lot of states do not allow the Alford Plea because of the fact that the court is saying, and you can check with Supreme Court rules and why some states don't allow it. The Alford Plea, you are saying on the record that you're innocent. And the government is recognizing that you're saying that, and they're accepting that you're innocent.
Yeah.
So, in fact, the government is saying you are indeed innocent, but we're going to suck a few pennies and some probation or some nonsense garbage out of you. That's why many states, the majority of states in America, do not allow an Alford Plea, because really you're saying, the government is saying, we agree with you, Mr. Defendant, you are innocent. So we're willing to just take some money and make you do some nonsense to make it go away, and everybody's happy. That's why most states don't accept that. People confuse a no contest plea or a no contest plea, which a no contest plea, which a lot of states don't accept, but majority do. No contest means you were saying, this case is no contest. I know I cannot win. Very big difference.
Wow, you blew my mind.
Right? I'm serious. And I hope a lot of people hear this and remember that. A no contest plea is saying there is no contest. I admit there's no contest. I can't win. So I'm going to take the lesser, and I'm pleading straight out guilty. I'm pleading no contest. So then the government doesn't have to go through further steps to make it worse, and you get a better deal. But an Alford Plea is saying, I am innocent, and I will never, ever admit guilt, ever. And that's why most states do not accept that. Because when they do indeed allow an Alford Plea, guess what they are in a sense doing?
What are they?
I will tell you.
Tell me,
government is saying, we agree, you are innocent. So we're just going to hose you for some probation and some money. So this way, then the newspapers can get some clicks for ads based on your story. That's why the Alford Plea is usually not accepted in most states. But it actually originates from North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the major things that are out there, like if we want to get into the Constitution, we talk about Arizona, Miranda v. Arizona. Okay. That is, did you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Hard up.
I don't.
Arizona.
Educate me.
Miranda v. Arizona is what gives you your right to know your constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney at a fee. That's the part that they leave out in all the great shows. You actually pay for that lawyer. Okay, it's not free. If you're out there listening, don't let them lie to you. And don't open your mouth. You never, ever, ever need to talk to law enforcement without an attorney present. And by pleading the Fifth Amendment, and again, this has to do with Arizona v. Miranda, where this case was a guy who didn't speak English. And he didn't know that he had these rights in this document behind me, in the pocketbook. In those rights, he has the right to remain silent. He has a right to not have the government search your persons, papers, property, and things, which also now includes your cell phone and all that stuff. We have somebody coming in from Las Vegas. What's going on here?
Ooh.
Let's see. We got what do we got going on here? Let's do it. I guess somebody's calling in. They don't like my legal opinion. Bottom line, I'm going to end it with. I'm going to talk another day about the Constitution further. I don't want to go too far on it because we're going to lose crowd. But remember, if you plead the Fifth, that means doesn't mean you're guilty. So you don't have to open your mouth. Don't open your mouth, people. Call a lawyer. Don't open your mouth. Anyway, so jump on, R-Dub. What do we got? Somebody talking here? We're taking calls now, apparently. I didn't know we were taking. Is this a Facebook? What is it? A call? What is it?
Yes, it is over Facebook.
Okay, tell me, read it.
So one of our lovely viewers from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, shout out to Vegas. Love you, Vegas. Love you, baby.
Good times.
Has a question for the both of you to answer.
Woo! Okay. All right, let's do it. Do we have enough time?
Plenty.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
In both of your opinions, who is the greatest musician and why do you think they are?
Oh. Well, you are the artiste, although I do have two of mine that I think of, but I'm going to let you go first because you are truly a vocalist. So.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, don't want to forget, she needs to do a vocal today before we go. All right, so
I gotta say,
I bet you I can pick one of yours.
You're ready.
Can I guess? I don't know. I mean,
you know what? Guess. And
I think I know one because I thought it was J-Lo, and it's not. It's Mariah Carey. Got to. I got to. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. Not just a little mind and a pretty face.
Oh my God!
I am perceptive. I am
that
perceptive.
Is so scary.
I am pleading the Alford here. I'm pleading the Alford. I am more than
you
just
are
a pretty
right,
face.
Mariah Carey.
So who is your other one?
My other one would be Whitney Houston.
Really?
Yes. Rest in peace.
Yes, Whitney's from New Jersey. Yes, she's from New Jersey, and East Orange, right? East Orange. I think East Orange.
East Orange, I believe.
Yes,
yeah.
East Orange. Wonderful voice, man.
Yeah.
One of the finest renditions of the national anthem. I think it was Super Bowl. Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
She had the all white thing with the American flag.
It was really nice.
Very, very nice person. Very sad what happened to her. Okay, so now me.
Yeah, what's yours?
Right off the bat, Frank Sinatra.
All right. How did I know you were gonna say that?
I'm gonna leave out one of the big obvious reasons why I'm a fan. Besides being a local neighborhood guy, I'm gonna leave out other reason why, and then I'm gonna give a better reason. More to my heart. Because I love the words of his music. Because he does it my way.
Yes.
Look at this face. I do it my way. And he has his ups and his downs. He's down in May and back with syndication in June. That's why I love him. And my second one, I love the way he says it. He doesn't care. And oh yeah, right. He was arrested from my hometown. Wonderful. And we actually had that on the wall. Was his mugshot. We got to get that again back up. My other artiste, which also Frank Sinatra proves, you could be down and up, you're still going to be the best.
Over
Remember that.
Out.
There it is. Yeah, and the arms going back and forth like this, right? Isn't it dancing like that, right? Talking about a crappy little town, crappy little place. Anyway, so up and down, and my other all-time favorite. Ready? Who is it? Do you know R-Dub? Who do you think it's going to be? You know who it is. R-Dub.
I think I can guess.
R-Dub. Let's see if you get it. Bonus points if you get it. You can have candy donut.
So I've been working with you for a little while now.
Okay.
And I'd have to say that your second choice, Billy Joel.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Honestly, I swear that it wasn't staged. Absolutely. Listen.
Extra
moving
right
out.
There.
Hackensack. I own property there. I love Hackensack. Shout out to Hackensack, New Jersey. Moving out to Hackensack because Mama Leona told him. And you know what? Mama Leona was right. I made money there too. I like Hackensack. I love his words too, Piano Man. And My Life, very similar to Frank Sinatra. It's my life. Stay the hell out of my life. Worry about yours before you worry about mine. That's so that.
I like his song too. Pressure.
Pressure under pressure. Big shot. You're a big shot. You think you're a big shot, but you're really not because you're no longer in your position anymore and going to lose your house when you're sued and you're facing federal prison time. So when that happens to people, then I guess they couldn't handle the pressure. Maybe they wish they had could settle out of court or do an Alford. I don't know. So those are my two. Do we have any? I didn't. Since when?
Oh, I love
Roy
it.
Dub. Since when were we doing?
Innocent man.
I'm an innocent man. Oh yes, I am. Right.
Oh yes, I am.
Wonderful. Thank you. Right. So you know, all right, it is R Dub. Since you called us out, you sandbagged us. I didn't know. What do you?
Boy.
Is that what you're doing on my dime? You're sitting there playing on Facebook. For real?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah. So anyway, so you plead. Oh, I like it. Almost passed over me for a second.
Listening up.
So anyway, so honestly, so who are yours?
Ooh, you know, that's a really good question. I think a top for me would also have to be Frank Sinatra.
You did say that actually. I remember saying that was your
Sinatra,
karaoke go-to. What is your favorite Frank Sinatra song?
Ooh.
Give us a line.
Oh boy.
Your karaoke it, so let's hear.
Ooh.
I see it.
Oh,
you had to do it. I'm gonna throw it back at you.
Oh God, throwing me on the spot here.
There
I
it
was
is.
Not ready.
Shout
for
out to
I was
Wisconsin.
not expecting
Shout
that
out
either.
to Cheese Country.
Woo.
Come on, you're wasting airtime.
Let's see.
Pressure.
Do, do, do,
Yeah, do we have the buttons to push over here? Where's the crickets button? No, he controls that. He's not going to turn that on. People.
Nope, not
He
turn
has
on
the
the
box with
crickets.
all the funny sounds, and he won't turn that on for himself.
Bum, ba-da, bum, bum, bum.
My kind of town, Chicago.
Oh, you did say that the other day.
My
Right.
kind
Wow.
of town,
Nice.
Chicago is.
I like it.
I love
Now,
it.
other than My Way or the other one, what other one would I like from him?
New York.
Every Yankee game, baby. Everyone. Season tickets. I love it. I was there
love it.
at multiple games, but I'm going to tell you, I was there.
New
Game
York.
4, World Series, where they swept the Padres. I brought a broom with me and everything. Anyway,
New York.
I love it. You know what was killing me at Yankee Stadium when they would lose a game? They would still play Frank Sinatra in New York. And Yankee people, and I know that we're out here in New Mexico, but well, we're not in New Mexico. We're Jersey people. But I'm saying we're talking to we're honorary people we're honorary country people. And there's nothing worse as a Yankee fan. We are so passionate. You know, and we are really there. New York, for the Bronx Bombers, we are passionate. We actually feel the pain, like we own the team.
Yeah.
Like really, I don't.
It's like,
and they still play the music.
It's like when you're part of that. When you're a fan of that team, you're part of the family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Really
like that's like, hey, that's my cousin out there. Hello, you know.
So give
I
me
got
another
your
one.
back.
So Arda, what's your second artist? I won't make you sing, but who was your second artist?
Switching up genres a little bit.
Oh, genre. Third word of the day. All right.
Probably Snoop Dogg.
Snoop
Dogg.
It's like this and like that and like this and that. There it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I did a little scratch on the dirty mic the other day too.
You know, I was actually reading the news earlier, and
oh wow,
I saw that he quit smoking.
I was totally blown
Yeah,
away.
I heard that.
And then you told me today. Yes, I remember. You told me it was a ploy. What a ploy! We need sponsorships.
Was that true, or was it just?
Yeah, tell the story because I believed. I was like, you must be doing gummies.
No. I don't do any of that. But
yeah.
So
no. I meant him.
You meant him.
Oh yeah.
No, I know you're not. I'm not saying.
Of
No, I'm
course
saying
not.
like,
Just say no to drugs, everyone.
Say no to drugs.
Say no to
well,
drugs.
he's in California. It's legal. It's legal except if you want to carry a gun on your property and defend your family. That's not legal.
Yeah, but anyway, if you want to be a successful person, don't do drugs.
Right.
but it was actually an ad campaign because he is starting to sell like these fireplaces, and they don't give off smoke.
Oh,
So
that's
A
right.
smokeless.
I've
a
seen the
smokeless
commercial
fireplace.
clip. Yeah, I've seen the
Fireplace.
commercial clip about like
It's
the
kind
fire
of
pit.
like a soundless microphone, and a sponsorship that he's doing for a smokeless fire pit, and we need a microphone that's not soundless. We need a sponsor.
Speaking of which, we actually have a pretty soundless microphone. So
There it
any of
is.
you viewers out there that know any good microphone brands or want to sponsor, you know the email.
We know,
hit
yes,
us up
we're
at.
here. We're here.
Absolutely.
We are.
I would put it in good use.
It is, here we go. I'm going to plead no contest here. All right, not Alfred. I'm pleading no contest to needing sponsorship. We want them. Bring your money. Bring it, baby. Bring it.
And
Bring it.
with me, not only do you represent the music industry, it could represent the Latino family as well.
Actually,
because I am
yeah,
half
yeah.
Latina.
So, no, well, now you actually need to say that in el español.
En España, Latina soy yo.
Okay, I don't know, but okay. I know. Actually, I'm sure we both know. Good. We both know some ways of talking in Espanol, but due to
You know, I'm
FCC
not gonna let
regulations,
you
I
know.
can't.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna let you do it because all you know is
We all right. What's all we know
the
is 30
curse
seconds.
words. You only know the curse
I
words.
know them
in
well too
Spanish.
because I do. I'm good at. I actually know full sentences. Actually, I got one I can do. Ready? I went on. I was going on to Cancun a long time ago, and I actually this is a true story. And I actually was working in the government, of which I'm not a fan against of usually, but I was working there. And I was going to Cancun, and my secretary said to me, "Oh, you," and actually she was Peruvian.
Oh,
And she
really?
said to me, you really need to know something Spanish. I'm like, no. She was like a little older, and I'm like, I don't think I need to know Spanish to go to Cancun because I'm pretty much it's mostly Americans and Canadians and people from England. But she said, but there will be one Latina girl. So she taught me one sentence, and I got to tell you, it truly did work.
I gotta hear.
Can I
it.
ready? We're gonna give it to you. Me das un beso.
Oh.
And she said to me, say it like this. If you're watching, she said, turn your head. And I was like, me das un beso? With a little turn on the head. I swear to God, RW,
Pretty close to what you said, but it's cute.
every girl kissed me when I said that. If they looked somewhat Spanish, I was like, me das un beso? And they were like, boom! And I came back and I told I came back with souvenirs and everything for the second round. It was an adventurous experience.
That means give me a kiss.
May I have a kiss? She said to me.
May I have a kiss?
And then I say, I mean, and and a kiss is just a kiss, but not always in Cancun. And what happens in Cancun stays in Cancun. Just like my Vegas person that called in. Speaking of that, since when are we doing Facebook Live? Doing Facebook conversations? Or is this something you just started for us?
Well, it was just kind of something that just started. We didn't really have much activity going on, but actually not too long ago, somebody did try and do a FaceTime call over Bianca's Facebook.
I do know about this story. Now, be careful. I don't want to get an FCC violation.
Do not call.
No violations are happening here.
Let me just start before you go further.
Do not call
let
my
me
Bianca
explain
Sea
the backstory
page, please.
this.
It's not going to be me.
Let me explain the backstory, and then you can go there because it's funny because you were there for it and I wasn't there for it. But I know firsthand of this situation because I experienced this, and I said it. I don't know if it was on this network, but it was during a show, during the house I was on. So if you want to look up one of the shows, if you were on, it's okay. If you were on social media and you see, I got you, Miss Bianca Sea, who in their right mind, even anybody, even your friend, forget about, not a friend like Will Smith's friend, because he was never a friend talking about him, but you're friends with somebody on Facebook who calls them on a FaceTime call on social media messenger. Who does that? So our tech people will log into your social media account.
They tell me that all the time.
These weirdos from different countries start calling. So now, killing the story. Remember, FCC, I don't want to get a fine.
Absolutely. But yeah, so our good friend Freddie, he answered the call and saw this man and decided to put down the donut and pick up a sausage.
Oh, goodness.
And what did
My
he do? Let
goodness.
me guess. The person on the other end just discontinued the call. I'm going to guess that.
You would be correct.
And that would be exactly what would happen every time you try to call Miss Bianca Sea, me, or anybody, or any person in the world on social media, unless if you are completely an idiot and you think you're going to actually get that person. With that said, we had a lovely time and we went through our hour. I'm shocked. Come back tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Don't go anywhere because 9 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to be here again. And you know what? It's going to be even better. Go on YouTube. Check out the missing episode. This episode that you're watching will be up on YouTube tomorrow or the same time. Roughly. I'm not sure tech, but it'll be on quickly. And the episode before, always on the Hostile Zone on YouTube available. Eric A. Cinotti, the Hostile Zone, Facebook. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com, ericcinotti.com. And I'm going to bring it to give me the dirty mic.
Oh, boy.
And take us out with honor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaim the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I need to just bring in here Dirty Mike. So if it cut out on the show, we need a better mic. We are a radio talk show, not for vocals. Remember, be back here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Treat your friends well. Treat your family better and love your country. Give us our closing anthem.
Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice, Cinotti heard you. Use your voice.
That's right. Cinotti heard you.